Okay, so hello guys and good afternoon. My name is Edwin Amprechum, level 200 GCTU student offering cloud computing, and this is a capstone project from Group 17. And my role in this project is a cloud architect, and our project entails a hostel management system. So the purpose of the system is to help manage hostel activities like student registration, rooms bookings, yeah, bookings, room applications. Yes. So the main responsibility was to move like the application from the local environment to the cloud, so that it can be accessible over the internet using AWS. Yes, that's the course we are doing this semester. So as the cloud architect, I'm responsible for configuring the infrastructure, the cloud infrastructure, by connecting the application to the cloud database. And then I manage security over there, I monitor the system, and then yeah, I do basic troubleshooting. So I think I'll show you the cloud services and then the infrastructure I work with. So I think I need to show you my AWS console. So I come here. So for this project, instead of me to use my root account, it is actually safer to use an I am module, which is when we say I am simply means identity and access management. So yes, I think so that is actually secure. So if I use the I'm restricting access to everything. Root account gives administrative access to the account, but when I give an I am account to individual persons, I'm restricting them on what they can do with the account, so the main account. So I'm just giving them certain permissions so they can use. Since I'm logging into my account. Okay, so I've logged into my console. And then the main services I worked with were Amazon EC2, Amazon RDS, the IAM security groups, and then Amazon CloudWatch. With this project, I couldn't use the S3 where I can push my images and then certain, because the project we worked on didn't contain certain images, but the one purely did contain images, but this very one doesn't contain images. So the first thing I need to show you is my IAM. So that's the first AWS service I use. So IAM, internet, internet identity and access management. So the IAM is used to it is used to control who can access AWS resources and then what actions the person can perform, as I said. So me giving an IAM user an account is restricting him from, yes, so I'm giving him permissions on what he can do with the account. So for security, it is not it is important not to like give full access to everyone. That is why. So the IAM is used to manage access to the resources. So whether IAM, this is the rules I give to this account. So the account can access RDS, you can access EC2, you can access RDS, EC2, you can access uh, security groups and then CloudWatch. Yes, that is all I can access. That's the permission I give to this IAM account. So I think the next thing I need to show you is the EC2 instance. So we go to EC2. We go to EC2. This so EC2 is basically like a virtual server that is used to run the AWS. So when I register for an EC2 instance, it's like they are giving me a server. So I created an EC2 instance and then I just configured it to run our postal management system. So I connected it remotely. So this is the dashboard, as you can see. This is the dashboard. This is the EC2 dashboard. Free tier. Because I didn't give access to this, you see access denied. And then there's one I can use it in. So I connected it to the server using SSH, which I will show later on. And then after connecting it, I configured the required software by including. I used PHP for my uh, my colleagues use PHP in designing the websites, and then MySQL for designing the database. So yes, so after which I just deploy the application to this server. So the main application files are located in the web server directory already. So so because the application is hosted on EC2, users can access the system through a public IP address of this server. So after creating this EC2 instance, they gave me a public IP address that I can enter to access the IP address to access the website. So let me show you. So this is the public address they gave me. So this is the public address they gave me. So that is 13.62.228.201. So this is the public address they gave me. Gosh. Okay. So I'll make sure it comes live before the end of. I think something is not working, but I think we'll troubleshoot before we finish. We will troubleshoot before we finish. Yeah, so let's try it again. So HTTP and then 13.62.228.201. Yeah, so this is the public IP they give me. So this shows that my website is hosted online and it can be accessed by the public, so everyone can use the website. So yes, so that is it, and this shows the live server of our postal management is working for everyone to access. So the next thing I go to is the security groups. What security have I put in place for this website? So as you can see, these are the basic security groups: the Web 5G and then the database ASG. So another important part of my work was configuring the security groups, and then so the security groups, they are like virtual firewalls for AWS resources, and then I configured the rules to control which traffic is allowed to reach my server. Like it just tells who can access which who can access my server. I mean, not my server specifically, but who can access my website and maybe my server. So when you come here, which is when I enter here, so these are what I've given. So these are the inbound rules for this. So you can see that SSH gives authority to just my IP. This is my IP address, which means I'm the only one that can access my server. So this server, I'm the only one that can access it, and no one else. But for HTTP and HTTPS, everyone can access it to access my website. So this one gives access to everyone, which is the source is 0.0, which grants access to everyone to view it, and then for HTTPS, which grants access to everyone to use it. So since I've not bought a domain, I've been given an HTTP, which is used by everyone. So yeah, and then so with the SSH, it allowed me to connect to my server. And then the rest of the security group, it helped protect the server by allowing only necessary traffic to pass through it. So the next thing I did, so since we are done with the EC2 instance where I've showed my instances and then my security group. Okay, so let me show you the real thing we are working on. So this is my EC2 instance. So there is it. So this shows that it's running. The instance is running. This is the public address given to me, right? Public address given to me, and this is my instance ID. So this shows that it is running. It is running online, so anyone can access it. So the next thing I have to show you is my database, my RDS database instance. Where I go here, I go to the search button, I type RDS, and then RDS, and then I go to database. Right. So there's the name for my RDS database. This is CloudTech. This is my RDS database where I connected it with my SQL. So the next important, so yes, so the hoster management system requires like a database. So when someone accesses the internet, they type in a login like this, and then it just stores in a database, and then they select the rooms they want, and then everything. So I just need to demonstrate what I'm talking about the database. So let's see, this is admin. I'm logging in as an admin, right? I'm logging as an admin, and I'm entering the website. And I'm entering the website. So yeah, this is basically our website where we have students profile. We have the students dashboard where registered students come here. So this is the registered students. These are all people who are registered for Cloud Tech Hostel. And then these are the rooms available. The rooms available is room one, which is one in a room. It's two in a room two, which is one in a room which is four in a room, and another room which is one in a room. So each student can register for what they want. And then this is the booking section. So when someone books, it gets registered as a student, and then when I go to application and then I approve it, it just books by itself, right? So payments, whether they pay by cash, whether they pay by things, so we just specify and then it gets pushed there. So all this uses database. So when a student types their name, registers an account, create an account, make payments and everything get pushed here. That's why we need a database to store information, right? So the system stores information about the students and everything. So instead of keeping the production database on my local computer, we are deploying it to database on Amazon RDS. So yes, so I think I need to show you how the connection is. So I need to SSH into my I need to SSH into my uh, my server, my live server. So yes, I'll do that. I'll do that. So actually, this is where my key is. So that is why I will just or just SSH into it. Okay, so I think I know the problem now. It won't work. So I think I need to do it again and then change my IP. I need to find the particular IP I used. The IP changes every time. So every time you need to go to the instance and go and change the IP to my IP so it can allow you, it can grant you access. To grant you access to your to grant you access to your server, as I said. So I just come here and then I check my IP. Or let me check it from instances. Okay, so I've seen it. Hey, isn't it this one? I think I need to go back to security group and then go and check. So the SSH actually allows the one particular to access the server. Uh, Let me change it to my IP. Okay, so it has given me a new one. I need to copy this. It has given me, that's why it wasn't working. So every time my internet provider changes my IP and I want to log into the server, and I need to log into the server, this is what I do. So yeah, so now I'm SSHing into the hmm, just want to show you the database, but I think oh, okay. So I think I've logged in into the account. Yeah, so this shows I'm actually inside my server and then I can configure everything inside. So yes, this shows I'm in my server right now and then I can configure everything inside. So since I want to demonstrate my RDS database connection, I write certain codes for me to demonstrate. So I think I'll connect my RDS to my SQL. So I'll enter my password. So right now I'm in my SQL right now. So I'm in the database right now. So I want to show you that it is connected to my, yeah, so this is my database. and then this is the hostel management, right? So I just want to show you that I want to show you my database. I want to show you my database, show you all the tables in the database. So this is it, the tables here. So all these tables, these are all the tables here. These are all the tables here. As you can see, these are all the tables. So I'm selecting one. So these are the tables. So this is an admin. This is the admin. This is the password. So whenever someone types a password, there is no need for the password to be entered in plain language for the PC. It turns the password into a combination of letters and then numbers, which is called a hash, and then it is stored on the cloud. So when someone enters a password, it also converts it into a hash and then compares it to the stored one. And then if it is the same, it just logs the person into the account. So yeah, basically that is how it works. So this is the users. The users currently having access to this, right? So this is the admin. This is Debbie who has registered for it. This is Martin Godwin who has registered. Prince. So yes. So basically that is it. Basically that is it. So I can even describe the users. Yes. So this is how far I've gone. So yes. So if the system stores information about anyone, it gets stored here. Instead of keeping everything on my local computer, I just need to connect it to my RDS database, push everything there, and then everything will be live. Everything will be live. So now I go back and then I go to the database integration. So the application is running on all the application I showed you, which is this one. Everything is running on EC2 and then it communicates with the RDS database. So when a person types, it gets stored dynamically in the database. So when someone registers an account or the person logs in or the person is creating a booking or anything, the application interacts with the database every time. Every time someone logs in, every time someone does something, it is talking to the database. And then this is an important part of the project because one of the requirements was database integration, right, with the data management. So for another part, what we went for CloudWatch, and CloudWatch is basically for monitoring. So this is CloudWatch. CloudWatch is basically for monitoring. Yeah, so CloudWatch, we are viewing our EC2. Yeah, so this is it. So this is our EC2, which shows the time people are entering the database. So this is it. This peaked at 3. This is because I entered the database at 3, and then at this time also I also entered the server. So whenever I enter the server, it picks, and then when someone visits the website, it also it picks. So after deploying the application, I used CloudWatch for monitoring, and then it's for monitoring like performance and then activities on our resources. So so for this EC2 instance, I checked like CPU utilization, network in and out. So network out. So network out is this, and then this is network in, the average of network in. So this is it. So this is basically like monitoring everything that goes on. So it helps. So this like it helps me understand how the server is performing, right? So example, CPU utilization, CPU utilization like this, as I said earlier, shows how much the processing power of the EC2 is using. So yes, so it shows how much power it is using. And then monitoring is important. It's very important because it will help you identify the performance issues and then like other problems worrying the system. So yes, so I think yes. So I think before I was able to do this, I faced a lot of challenges. It's not easy to even do this. It's not an easy task before because I'm not the one handling the front end, back end. I'm not the one handling the database. So when everything is done and then we are trying to combine everything, you see, there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of how do we call it? Troubleshooting before deploying it. If you deploy it, it has its own problem. Someone moving in and out. So yes, there's a lot of challenges we face before being able to deploy this process. So for me particularly, one challenge was connecting the EC2 instance when like public address changes. You see what we were doing right now, and then it was giving me problems. So when the public address changes, I can't enter into my server. I need to go back to the SSH and then turn it from custom to my IP address for me to be able to enter the the server, to enter my server. So after troubleshooting, I've learned that like public address can change when an EC2 is stopped. So when it is stopped, and then my internet provider tends to change my IP address. Like I need to go back and go and change it from custom to my IP address. Yes. And then sometimes because of this, I think I need to check my current IP address before connecting into my server. So this will make it easy, which I didn't do at first. That's why I faced a difficulty earlier when logging into my server using command prompt. I can do it here, but command prompt is actually basically easier for me. That's why I'm using command prompt. So another challenge was troubleshooting the server error when the website returned like sometimes it returns like what I did earlier. I did it and it gave me an error. The error was that I've not yet bought a domain, so I typed HTTPS. That was wrong. Since I don't have a domain, it should be HTTP. That's why my this one didn't work at first. So I think the errors that came at first, yes, it's good it came, so I can explain whatever is happening. So yes, so to troubleshoot what I had. So I think I need to access my EC2 server and then sometimes check the error logs. So this helps me like understand what goes on, what goes wrong, so I can troubleshoot. So basically that is it. So this is the whole cloud architecture. Since I've showed you the EC2 instance, I've showed you the IAM user, I'll show you the CloudWatch, I'll show you the RDS database. And then for this system, we don't have anything to store images or photos of people, so we can't include the S3 buckets. Yes, we couldn't include that one. We couldn't include that one. So this one is basically software. So yes, so 10 students registered, full 4 rooms in total. We have 2 active bookings, 1 pending maintenance, 3 hostel staff. So these are everything. These are everything. Hostel staff records. So she's a porter. This one is a ward. This one is a cleaner. So I can add people. I can add people. And when someone registers on the account, if a new student registers on the account, I come to applications and then it's either I accept or I approve or I reject. Deborah Perchum has registered on the account and it is on pending. So on her side, it is on pending on her side. When I approve it, it will take her to students and then it will create a booking for block A. And I approve Kobiosu is a student also, and this is a student ID. So when I approve this also, it also goes back. So this is what I recently processed. Deborah Sewa, I approved her, so her name is already in the database and already on booking side. So Deborah Sewa, she booked A01. So yeah, so when someone registers, it comes to the application sector and then we book. So everything database is connecting with the server and everything. So yes. So everything is working now as I've showed you. Our system is live. Anyone over the internet can access our website, which is being hosted on our cloud server. So yes, so my overall contribution as the cloud architect in my group was that I was planning and managing the cloud infrastructure for our whole system. So then I think I've already stated my responsibilities. That is deploying the application on Amazon EC2, configuring the security aspects, the security groups, connecting the infrastructure to the database, which is the Amazon RDS, managing secure access, restricting access to the IAM, yes, monitoring through the CloudWatch, and managing and then updating deployed applications. So basically, the cloud architect, I'm basically handling. Yeah, so when it goes down, I need to come back to my server to check what goes down, and then so I can troubleshoot, which will make the server live for everyone to. Yes. So my goal was to create this environment where the hosted management system can run and be accessed throughout the internet. So yes. So basically, this project gave me an insight, a very good insight on whatever is happening. So it gave me practical experience in cloud computing and even in AWS, which is a great milestone for me. And as a cloud architect, I think I've learned how different services in AWS can work together to support web applications. So as I did, so VPC, IAM, RDS, EC2, CloudWatch, yes. So these are basically the things I did over here. So I've gained practical experience for hosting and using a database, yes, experience in deploying, dating, troubleshooting. So everything I've learned is basically a good thing. And then this is Group 17's project, Group 17 Cloud Tech Hostel. So yes, thank you very much for everyone who was able to watch this. And then I would say my name is Edwin Amprechum again, Edwin Amprechum, GCTU student in level 200 and offering cloud computing as a course. So I'd say thank you, and this is our project. So everything will be in our GitHub, on our GitHub account, which I'll add to the file. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.